Yo, what's up everyone, it's Ski back with another video. Today we are checking out a video called 7 Things to Never Do Around a Girl You Like. If you enjoy the video, like, subscribe, follow me on my Instagram and Facebook. Let's get into it. It is a cheats video. I don't know how to say the dude's name. This dude right here. Anyway, let's just get into it.
Turns into a completely different person around a girl they actually like. You could be the most normal, chill human on Earth, and the second she shows up, you start glitching. And half the time,
Facts though, dude, yes. I'm glad he pointed that out.
you don't even notice you're doing weird stuff, but she does. So today we're going through the things you should definitely never do around a girl you actually like,
They said to never do, and they pulled up a picture of Jeffrey Dahmer. Are you kidding me?
because these habits ruin it instantly.
I'll do something manly with my hands. How about I throw you through a wall?
What?
Starting things off, we have filling every silence because you're nervous. One thing you should never do around somebody you like is panic whenever the conversation slows down. A lot of people don't even notice they're doing it. Like, the second there's a moment of quiet, they start talking way too fast. They're switching topics, explaining things nobody asked for, or just saying random stuff to avoid a pause. It comes off nervous.
And also, I think that's because, like, you don't want to be the kind of person that just, like, you're both just sitting there awkwardly. You want to try to make conversation. I don't think it's really talking. You're not trying to talk too much, but it's because you don't want to just sit there, blank space the whole goddamn time. So you're trying to make conversation.
But the bigger problem is it makes everything feel tense. You're basically saying, without saying it, that you're scared the moment might get awkward. And the truth is, normal conversations have silence. People take a second to think,
Yeah.
or react, or look around. It's not a big deal. If you're trying to fill every gap, it doesn't make you seem smooth. It makes you seem uncomfortable around them. And if you look uncomfortable, they're gonna feel uncomfortable too. You don't have to talk nonstop. Sometimes letting a conversation breathe actually makes you seem way more confident. When you're trying to
True.
fill every moment of
True, because if you just text them non-stop, they're going to end up blocking you.
silence with something, it makes you look desperate. Not in a dramatic way, in a you're scared to let the moment be normal way. When you try to fill every gap, you start talking too fast, you over-explain simple things, you switch topics before she even finishes her thought, or you blurt out something you didn't mean to say. That's how people end up oversharing, telling stories they regret, or saying something dumb that they think about later.
I think I saw that video, that dude talking to the monkey. He was like having a full-on conversation with it. I know it's kind of off topic, but I saw that.
At night. Girls don't hear your words when you ramble. They read your energy, and the energy you're giving off is, I don't want you to think this is awkward. Please don't lose interest. Please don't walk away. Silence is not awkward unless you make it awkward. Confident people don't rush. They don't sprint to fill every second. They talk, they pause, they breathe, they let moments settle. If you let the conversation breathe a little, you look way more calm and way more in control. But if you're scared of silence, it shows, and it hurts you more than anything you actually say. Next up, we've got being too agreeable. One thing you should never do.
Yes, do not. That's one thing you don't want to do. Do not be a yes man. Do not be a yes man. Do not say yes to everything she fucking says. Disagree on some stuff.
Around some
Because I know you guys would be annoyed too if you ask someone a question, they just say yes every fucking time. That would drive you insane.
someone you like is agree with every single thing they say. A lot of guys do this without realizing it. Like, they're so scared of messing up the vibe that they turn into a human yes machine. They match every opinion. They laugh at things they don't find funny. They pretend to like shows, music, hobbies, or ideas they don't care about. They do.
And also, what he just said, they pretend to like shows that they like. Do not do that, because say if you guys get together, she's going to eventually find out that you don't like the same shit. And you saying yes is just going to... You might get her, but as soon as she realizes it, she was like, oh, this guy was just saying yes to me. And then she'll break up with you, most likely.
Anything to avoid even the slightest disagreement. And here's the truth, being too agreeable doesn't make you look nice, it makes you look unsure of yourself. Nobody respects someone who folds the second there's a difference in opinion. Girls especially can feel when you're just going along with everything because you're scared of upsetting them. That comes off insecure, not confident. You don't need to argue, you don't need to debate, but if she says her favorite show is something you literally hate, you're allowed to say, yeah, I couldn't get into it, in a calm, normal way. That's attractive. That shows you're your own person.
Nah. You put it on the trash can and be like, that's not my fucking show. Get the fuck out. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Nah, that's how you get a fucking file restraining order.
Shows you're not trying to perform or get points. And honestly, people trust you more when it feels like you actually mean what you're saying instead of tailoring your personality to whoever you're talking to. Agreeing with someone because you genuinely do is fine, but agreeing with them because you're scared to stand out, they notice it instantly and it kills the vibe.
Alright, next up we have acting safer than you really are. One thing you should never do around someone you like is tone your whole personality down because you're scared you might come off the wrong way. A lot of people don't even notice they're doing it. They start playing it safe, talking
Look, ChatGPT is great for quick answers, but when you need writing expertise, Grammarly is my go-to tool.
safer, joking
What the fuck is that dude's face doing? Look at that dude's face. What?
safer, reacting is safer. It's like they put the kid-friendly filter on themselves. The problem is when you do that, you lose parts of you that people find interesting, like the real humor, the real energy, the small things that make you different from everybody else. You're not being polite, you're disarming yourself. And when you disarm yourself, you don't come off confident, you come off unsure, you come off like you're scared of your own personality and you're scared that it might be too much, which makes the whole interaction feel stiff. Listen, girls don't want a watered-down version of you. They don't want the safe mode version that doesn't joke, doesn't tease, doesn't show personality, and is terrified of being misunderstood. They want to see how you act when you're comfortable. Being respectful does not mean being quiet. Being confident doesn't mean acting like you're in a job interview. You don't have to be loud or crazy, just be consistent with who you are around your friends. That version is always better than the edited one.
What are they
Next
doing?
up, we have treating the moment like it's way bigger than it actually is. When you really like someone, it's easy to accidentally make every little interaction feel way more serious than it needs to be. Most guys act like talking to a girl is some high-pressure scenario where one wrong sentence ruins everything, when in reality, she's just a normal person having a normal conversation. And half the time, she's nervous too. Guys will literally stay calm in situations that should be terrifying, like extinguishing a fire or disarming a bomb, but the second a girl they like walks up to them, it's more high stakes than anything they've ever
They'd be acting like that. They'd be spazzing out.
done. Your heart's racing, your thoughts speed up, and you act like you only get one shot, but it's not life or death. It's not a defining moment. It's just two people talking. The second you realize the stakes are basically zero, everything gets easier. And this is why so many relationships start as just friendships or start really casually, because there's no pressure. Nobody's overthinking, nobody's trying to impress, nobody's treating every interaction like a big event. People are acting like themselves, and that's what actually builds attraction. Not the perfection, it's just people being normal around each other. Honestly, that's why dating apps feel so dry for a lot of people. They put you in this weird dating mode where everything feels official and high stakes before you even...
The reason I don't use dating apps is just because I feel like women get more matches. Like, because it's always been like that. I get it. That, like, the man has to ask out the women. But it feels, on dating apps, it feels like a competition. Like, you're basically put in a fucking pool with 1,000 people, and then they're basically like, hope someone picks you.
meet. Meanwhile, most people meet the love of their life in like the least romantic way possible, at school, work, or through friends, some random event, because the pressure isn't there. You meet as people, not as contestants. Next
Yeah,
up, we have
something.
treating them like they're out of your league. A lot of people ruin things before they even start by acting like the person they like is way above them. Like you're talking to them like they're special, you're overreacting to basic attention, you act like you have to impress them just to stay in the room. And this is bad because now you're treating them like they're some celebrity instead of a regular person. But here's the reality that nobody wants to admit: if you're on a date with her, you're already in her league. She said yes, she showed up, she's talking to you. That alone proves she doesn't see herself as too good for you. Margot Robbie is out of your league, not the hot girl in your high school, not the girl in your class, not the girl at work, not the girl you're
Margot Robbie can still get it though.
texting, so stop treating her like she's Margot Robbie in terms of status. When you act like someone is way above you, you shrink without noticing. And it does not come across as humble, it comes across as desperate and insecure, like a lot of other things we covered here. And I hate this word, but it's truly simp behavior. I mean, to be honest, a lot of what we covered can technically be classified as simp behavior, but there are different flavors of it, and understanding them each
What is this
is
dude
good
doing?
just to know what not to do. And most of the time, by the way, the only person who thinks she's out of your league is you. If you treat her like a normal, equal human being, the entire interaction immediately gets
Facts. So I think those women that act entitled and stuff, it's because they've been treated like that. With like guys have praised them like they're fucking god, and that's like what the kind of mindset they have, where it's like, I am above everyone else. Everyone should worship me, because guys treat them like that. I mean, if you treat her like anybody else, she's not gonna have that mindset.
Better. Even Margot Robbie, like let's say you got on a date with Margot Robbie magically. I guarantee you things would go better if you treated her like one of the billions of women in the world rather than this celebrity who has all of these adoring fans. This is why so many celebrities just date other celebrities, because they are of the same status, so they don't pedestalize each other. Alright, next up we have being too available. A lot of people think being available means being supportive or being a good partner, but there's a point where it stops being sweet and turns into losing yourself completely. Now, some guys are naturally super open with their time, like they don't have a packed schedule, they don't have many obligations, and they genuinely just like spending time with the girl they're into. There's nothing wrong with that until it becomes your entire personality, because when you like someone, it's easy to let them take over your whole routine without even noticing. Like, every plan becomes flexible, every night becomes open, every free minute becomes an opportunity to see them or text them. And at first it feels good, you know, it feels like bonding, but after a while, she's not seeing the same guy she originally liked. She's seeing someone who reorganized his entire life around her. That's not attractive, that is suffocating. If you don't have anything going on outside of her, she ends up carrying all the weight of the relationship. She becomes the only source of your social life, your free time, your happiness, your routine, and nobody wants to be responsible for someone else's whole world. That pressure kills attraction fast. You don't suddenly need to become a super busy person, but you do need to have something: friends, hobbies, work, goals, anything that reminds her you're a full person, not someone who's waiting by the door for the next plan she decides. Even pretending to have a life is better than making her the entire thing, because she starts seeing someone who is becoming her shadow. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like. I post all my videos over on Spotify as well, so go check that out and subscribe.
That was an interesting video, and I think a lot of the things he said is right, because, like, especially that last one, if you just, like, if you're just too open, they're gonna, because basically your whole schedule evolves around them, like you said, and that just kills attraction. Yeah. Yeah, if you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, follow me on my Instagram and Facebook, and see you guys.